Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultra Reacts. We are back. Alright, we are back with some KATSEYE today. We've got Pinky up to react to today. And yeah. Alright, first off, let's get it out of the way. Alright, we gotta get it out of the way. This is a big week for KATSEYE. Coachella literally happening. Well, yeah, almost. I'm on the East Coast. It's about to be 6 o'clock, so pretty much as we speak. So big week for them. Alright, they of course dropped Pinky up, which we're about to react to. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Alright, let's talk about the proverbial elephant in the room. Because, yeah, it's been on the headlines. The situation with Manon. Is she staying? Is she going? Is she in? Is she out? And I'm going to be honest, man. I'm going to be honest. I think this entire situation, okay? And I think this is kind of another thing. And, again, KATSEYE, it's not K-pop, all right? But I will say just generally with pop groups, and this is way back. We can go way back with pop group fandoms. And I think just fandoms in general in music are entirely too parasocial currently. It is entirely way too parasocial. Like, these people are people. These people are people, and I feel like that has somehow become lost in translation with kind of, I don't know, it's the fan, I don't know what it is. The culture, it's not good right now. All right, it's not good, and it's causing a lot. We're seeing it in Hyphen. NCT did a great job. Someone I'll talk about this in a little bit, handled this very well with their exoduses, I think, in my opinion. But with Hyphen and here with KATSEYE, it's just been so ridiculously messy. As someone that works in the business sector, works nearly adjacent to the communication sector, it's been awful for nearly everybody involved and those who have put themselves involved, because there's been a lot of that. Because this did not need to be as messy. It didn't need to be as high profile. There doesn't need to be all of this outrage. Like, it really could have been so clean. All right, if she's leaving, it really could have just been so simple. I don't know why we've even gotten to this point. And it's a lot of it, respectfully, not saying it's icons, y'all. I'm not saying it, if you've been behaving yourself, you've been behaving yourself. And listen, that's not to say that mistreatment or whatever it happens, it does happen. It happens in this industry. We've chronicled it before. All right, we know this. All right, and not saying it didn't happen in this instance, but it's just the parasocialism is like, let these people that are adults handle what needs to be handled. You know what I mean? At a certain point, you gotta let things to be handled the way they're handled, so it doesn't become this massive ordeal, and it's just ridiculously messy and ridiculously drama filled, and there's no clarity and there's misinformation everywhere. It's unneeded. It's unneeded. It's unneeded. So that's all I will say about that. Regardless of what happens with KATSEYE and what happens with Manon, we still rocking with them on this channel. Alright, we are still locked in. Alright, Manon goes on, drops some solo stuff. We will be reacting to it here. KATSEYE continuing on as they are. Like you can see, we are reacting to it here. Alright, we still fans. Alright, I'm still a fan at the end of the day. But man, it's been way too messy. Alright, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'll probably even let y'all skip ahead if you don't want to hear me go into the whole little situation. But here we are. Alright, Pinky up. Let's have some fun. Alright, let's have some fun. I've heard some mixed things about this. Alright? Heard some mixed things about the leak, which I did not hear. I didn't even really listen to the teasers. I wanted this to be fresh. So let's run it, y'all. Alright, Pinky up. KATSEYE. Let's see if the girl group, perhaps, of last year stays hot. I'm assuming it's going to be absolutely bad. Pause for the cause. Okay, I'll roll with 1080. Yoon in the blonde hair looks great, by the way. I want to say that. Y'all know I love, Laura and Danielle. We used to talk about them, but gotta think of Yoon some more. It's not a bad drop of like. Let me pause. Alright, I don't want to pause too much. This is probably gonna be my last pause for a minute because I'm gonna let it get through this chorus and at least until we get to maybe whoever the next verse is. But I did want to say this is not a bad build up. This is not a bad build up so far. I saw a lot, heard a lot, but from my point of view, this is not a bad build up so far. I think everybody's doing what they're about to do. Lara and Soph are about to bless our ears, so I'm good right now. Right now, I'm good. The drop is going to be pivotal to the song, though. Visuals look crazy as always from KATSEYE. That's what we expect. That dance is gonna be crazy. I can imagine so many people trying to like mimic the. Hey Donnie. Interesting set piece here.
Shaking ass in the parking lot. If we get arrested, haha, baby, laugh it. I love you, you love me. We batch it, we weed, and I kill it for you if it got that deep. It is the frequency of my own delusion, philosophy. I couldn't know nothing, just like Socrates.
I'm not gonna lie, you Chain kind of rocking this era right now. I didn't know I needed blonde hair Danny. Hey! Yeah, some EDM DJ is gonna run this. I'm not gonna lie. This last part, they're gonna do bits with that. They're going to do bits with that. It wasn't. It's not my favorite. I'm not gonna say a lie. It's not my favorite KATSEYE single, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. For those that were like, which again, music is subjective. So if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. All right, nothing wrong with that. But some of the stuff I heard, it really wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was again not my favorite, but I think the build was good. The drop wasn't too bad from a sonic purpose. Again, KATSEYE, the pinnacle of lyricism. The pinnacle. All right, we come to KATSEYE to hear A1. All right, top grade lyricism. All right, no, okay, no. We came for something fun. All right, and it was fun. It was fun. It was KATSEYE doing what they did. Again, I don't expect this to be like a mega smash hit, but I think it was something solid, something cute, something cool. It'll go at Coachella and like a festival, especially again like that last part. I can, especially with like a live band, I can see the vision. You know what I mean? I can see the vision. Like I said, I think Yuche, she did her thing. I thoroughly enjoyed the Yuche parts. Laura, Daniela, Soph. It's a big weekend for Megan as well with the. Let me say it right. Luffy. Please tell me I said that right. I've been practicing that so ridiculously, a ridiculous amount. But big weekend for her with her being in the Madman, or Madwoman music video, so that'd be cool. But yeah, KATSEYE, some fun. Alright, KATSEYE has fun. That's all I gotta say. Without further ado, Ocho, signing off.